try to figure this out. I'm thinking of a number. When I add 1 to that number, it would be the same as me getting a 12 divided by the number that I was thinking of. These two would be the same. What number was I thinking of? So for example, let's just imagine this. I was thinking of the number 2. So 2 plus 1 would be 3. And then 12 divided by 2 is 6. So these two are not the same. You see, I was thinking of a number. When you add 1 to it, it would be the same as me getting 12 divided by that number. What number was I thinking of? And there are 2 solutions. Okay, so press pause and have a go. Okay, so to do this, in maths, when you don't know something, call it x. So we're trying to figure out x. So let's use algebra. X plus 1 would be the same as 12 divided by x. So basically, I'm trying to figure out an x, or there could be more than one, where this side equals this side. So now just solve it. This, in fact, is a quadratic equation because times everything by x. So at the moment, you've got 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3. Times this block by x, that will be x squared. Times this by x, that will be 1 times x will be x. Times this by x, well, let me just times this by x. When you have a fraction and then you multiply by x, it gets multiplied to the top. So that will then give you this. And then these two cancel each other out, giving you 12. The point is that when you times this block by x, it will give you 12. So rather than solving this equation, it's easier to solve this equation. Everything's on one layer. Here you've got 2 layers. Okay, so let's try and solve this now. To solve a quadratic equation, get everything to equal 0. Remember this? Ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Get it to equal 0. So here, take away 12. So that will then give me, hang on, let me just write up here. Take away 12 from both sides. So take this thing, and then take away 12, and then this thing take away 12 will be 0. So rather than solving this, let's solve this. So now complete the square. I'm expecting you to be able to complete the square. So I'm just going to do this in one go. So your eyes should zoom into these 2 terms. And it's always going to be half of the coefficient. The coefficient here is 1. It's always going to be half of this thing here. So completing the square will be this. X plus half of the coefficient. Because the coefficient is 1, and then half of it will be a half squared. And then you take away the rubbish. Remember, hang on. This thing squared would look like this. The rubbish will be this times this. So you take away the rubbish, a half times a half. Well, I'm expecting you to be able to do this because we've done it many times. And then you carry this 12 down, equals 0. So now we've completed the square. Single number, merge them together. So here you've got a fraction. So you've got a fraction, take away a whole number. So turn this block into a fraction. Imagine it as 12 over 1. To add or take away fractions, you've got to get the 2 denominators to be the same. So times top and bottom by 4. So 4 times 12 will be 48. And then this thing here will be 4. So now same denominator, you can merge them together. Remember, minus 1, take away 48, that will be 49. So that will then become negative 49 over 4. Now we've completed the square. And now I'm expecting you to be able to jump from here to here. So now rearrange this to make x a subject. So add 49 over 4 to both sides. That will then give us this. X plus a half squared, and then square root both sides. So take this thing down, square root it, and then that will then give us this thing here. And remember, when you square root something, you get 2 versions: the positive version and the negative version. Now take away a half. So I'm just going to take away half. I'm expecting you to be able to complete the square. We've done this many times. So the answer is this: negative a half plus minus square root of 49 over 4. What is the square root of 49 over 4? Well, hang on. That would then be, remember, square root one thing divided by another is the same as square rooting the top and then square rooting the bottom. So that's the same as me, square rooting 49 and then square rooting the 4. So that would then become square root 49. That's the same as this. Well, square root of 49 is the number 7. 7 times 7 is 49. And then square root of 4 is the number 2. So now you've got a fraction here, negative a half, hang on. Negative a half, plus minus, and then you can see that it's over 2 over 2, same denominator, same denominator. So merge them together. So that will then become plus minus 7 over 2. So this is your final answer. But let's just translate that to our scenario here. So what we're saying is that, well, one solution is add 7. So negative 1 add 7. So one solution will be, hang on, when you get to this stage here, there will be 2 solutions. One solution, x1, equals negative 1 plus 7. So that will be 6 over 2, which is the number 3. The other solution is negative 1 take away 7. So that would be negative 8 over 2. So this will be negative 4. So you see there are 2 solutions. One is 3 and one is negative 4. So let's go back to here and let's test it. I was thinking of a number. So the first solution is 3. So let's check it. 3 plus 1 would be 4. Let's put it into here. 12 divided by 3 would be 4. So you can see that these two are equal. So the other solution would be negative 4. So let's test it. Negative 4 plus 1. So that would be negative 3. So this thing here would be negative 3. And when you put negative 4 in here, 12 divided by negative 4 would be negative 3. You can see that this equals this. So there are 2 solutions. This is your first. This is your second. Okay?